Welcome to Always Moving Forward with Renee.
Moving forward.
Happy day. Let me welcome you to Always Moving Forward with Renee. Thank you. Yes, you gathered. I am Renee Ross Bowers. Here at the show, we try to bring guests that will educate you, inspire you, engage, and motivate our viewers and listening audience. This week is no exception. My co-host today is an inspirational speaker, author, Black woman millionaire mentor, creator and CEO of Define Impossible Inc. She has been featured in Forbes magazine, Ebony, Black Enterprise. She's been on ABC News, CBS, PBS, also in Glamour magazine, Diversity Inc., The Associate Press, on Tom Joyner Morning Show, and she's been in many more magazines and TV shows. And now, Detroit, we have her right here on Always Moving Forward with Renee. At the age of 16, she was a walking statistic, living on the streets of Baltimore, Maryland, among violence, drugs, and prostitution, and no telling what else. But what did she do? She defeated all the odds, going from the streets to receiving not only a doctoral degree, but before she got to that point, 2 masters. All right. That doctoral degree from Stanford University. So don't tell me you can't make it.
Yes.
Don't tell me you can't. Yes. Not only that, from Stanford, she moved on to a multiple 7-figure sister. Give her a hand. She teaches purpose-driven, high-achieving Black women professionals, entrepreneurs, experts, and executives on their own terms. Okay, so on their own terms.
Yes.
Terms of how to break the $1 million mark.
Yes.
That $1 million mark. Dare to be rich.
Yes.
Are you ready, Detroit?
Yes, we
are! Ready! If I could have everyone to stand with me.
Yes.
All right. Okay, everyone stand now.
Yes.
And I want you to look at the person to your right. And I want you to tell them it's your time.
It's your time.
And I want you to look at the person to
Yes.
your left.
Your time.
And I want you to tell them it's my time. My time. Then I want you to look at me. Because I'm going to tell you it's all our time.
That's all right.
Because what you're going to hear today is priceless.
Yes.
It's priceless. So I want you to put your hands together.
Yes.
And I want you to give this young lady a Detroit welcome. Okay. And we know how to give a Detroit welcome, am I right?
Yes.
Give a Detroit welcome to none other than our new friend, Dr. Venus Opal Reese.
Thank you. Wow! Wow!
Yes.
I don't know if I should shout or cry, you know? This is great. Thank you so much. That was so beautiful. I don't know if I've ever had an introduction like that.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm not, that happened.
She had to come where? To Detroit. Moving forward to get it.
That's awesome.
Okay, and you know, Dr. Venus, we are so happy that you're here with us today. And not only that, that you brought the Black Women Millionaire Tour to Detroit.
Yes.
To Detroit.
Yeah.
Okay, so before we get into the meat and potatoes, I must share this with everyone. Jeremiah,
All right.
29th chapter, 11th verse states, "For I know the plan I have for you,
Yes.
declares the Lord. Plans to prosper. Prosper you and not to harm you.
That's good.
Plans to give you hope and a future." God has so many good things in store for you and me.
Yeah.
And Dr. Venus here.
Yes.
So I'm going to say, buckle your seats.
Yes.
Get ready. Take those pens and pencils out and note paper, because Dr. Venus here is going to change our lives.
Yes.
Is that all right,
That's
Detroit?
all right.
That's not right.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Okay. Wow. But Dr. Venus, I just have a couple of questions.
Please
for
give me
you.
something. Throw me a line. Help me. I'm like, wow.
Tell us, where has your tour taken you and where are you going next?
Well, the tour, so this is not our first tour.
Okay.
We've toured before, okay? And the reason why we toured, just for my business heads, people who are interested in the business part of all this, is I had hired a team that was incompetent. Has anyone done that? You hire people and you
Yes.
find out afterward that they're trying to learn on your dime?
Yes.
It happens. Entrepreneurship she's an unforgiving teacher. Well, by the time I realized the era, we were down by $250,000. Okay, so we had lost $250,000, and we needed to make it back because we are a cash-based business. And so the solution was do a tour. Okay, and that's how we started to tour. But what has us continue to tour are the women. You know, have you ever done something that was a solution that actually turned into a blessing?
Yes.
You don't see it coming. It's just like this bad thing that you think, well, it feels bad. It feels very, very bad, and it's stressful. But the women would come. I mean, we had women flying in from Sierra Leone, from all over literally come just to see a black woman millionaire that looked like them. That doesn't look like, I'm not trying to be Holly Berry, y'all. I'm not Dr. Maya Angelou. She's much more refined. I'm a regular old black girl. Regular. Hot mess black girl, right? And for a lot of times black women think that you have to be a celebrity, or an athlete,
Right.
or an actress to be a millionaire, and that's not true. It's not even close to true. You're actually closer than you think. You're closer than you think. So I chose Detroit because Detroit demanded that I come.
Yes.
I had a tour stop, and we had announced it after we had launched the bestseller, and I'll tell you about that in a moment. And one of the tour stops was underperforming. So if anyone's ever filled events, you're watching your numbers to make sure people want you. right?
Right.
And there was a space that was underperforming, and on Facebook Live, I was talking, and sisters from Detroit like, look, where you coming? Where you been? When you coming back? And there was such a demand from black women in Detroit who are serious about their seven-figure success that it seemed like silly to ignore the obvious. Okay. So this is our second time in Detroit. We were here in 2016. We're here in 2018. And I'm going to tell you, Detroit is not playing. I was like, Detroit is rolling out on all fronts. We have different kind of media spots. We have different kind of book signings. We have so much stuff that I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to do what y'all tell me to do, so you invite me back. But it's been a beautiful blessing in a lot of ways to see that Detroit wants what I have.
Okay. Okay, you heard that, Detroit.
That's right.
Okay, you heard that.
That's right.
Thank you.
Okay, Dr. Venus,
Yes, ma'am.
tell us about the journey from the streets to Stanford.
Well, let's figure out how to say it in a way that's appropriate. Because I think, and the reason I say that is every person has pain and every woman has a walk. And sometimes when you tell a story, you could actually be evoking other people's pain. Doesn't make any sense? So I'm mindful of how I tell it. I think the most gentle way to articulate it is I was born into a cycle of violence. I was born into a condition. And when you're born into a condition, it doesn't feel like a condition, it feels like normal. Does that make any sense? Mm-hmm. Okay? And so there was a lot of negativity, there's a lot of survival-based behavior. That was preached, wasn't it? Survival-based behavior. Thank you, Detroit, for giving me that, because I'm going to use it leaving this room, right? Survival-based behavior that shows up in addictions, that shows up in a lot of negative ways. And I started the story at 16, but things had already started long before 16. Okay? So by the time I'm 16, I'm on the streets. Okay? But things have been going not good for years, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And so I was on the streets, and people sometimes say I was homeless. I don't know if that's the same thing as being on the streets. And I hold them different, because when I think of someone who's homeless, I think of that as more of how do you say, someone who may have given up. I'm not suggesting all. I'm not being responsible. I just know enough about homeless to know that there's a line you cross.
Right.
That where you give up in a way that doesn't have the same kind of fight. Does that make sense? When you're on the streets, we hustle. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We're going to find a way, make a way. And I'm not even saying that's good, by the way. Just so you know. It has its own price, right? But so I learned how to navigate the streets.
That's right.
I knew where to sleep. I knew the soup kitchens. I knew the churches. I knew the warm spots. I knew where there was some kind of covering. And I got systematic. It's like navigating social systems. And look, if you can navigate corporate, you can navigate the streets, okay?
Yeah.
Holla and preach, right? So it's a whole navigation of social systems that once you get that, then you develop what I call a capacity for things. So I have a capacity for being able to create in the space of that which is, in a lot of ways, impossible, right? So what I got good at is hearing what people don't say. And my 9th grade math teacher was the person who intervened. I could say a lot of things about Nana, and she's still with me to this day. But she was the one who helped me. Like, she did so much.
We all need somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
She did so much. And she loved me. She loved me through my bruises, and I was damaged. I mean, I still am. But I wasn't a nice kid. You know, being hurt is almost like when someone's nice to you, you're trying to prove them wrong. Do you know what I'm saying? You go extra to try to prove that they're right, that you're not that you're bad, right? And I made her cry. And I survived. And she didn't take her love away. Do you know what I mean? She didn't take her love away. And I think that I think that love heals. You know what I'm saying? I think that love is the key to, and I'm not being hunky-dory her love. Now, she's a practical chick. Nana is like 4'11", all right? Heavy set, yes, that type, right? Yes. She is a powerhouse. She is not kumbaya for nothing. She got an edge on her. She's an inner city teacher chick, and she's not warm and fuzzy. You know what I'm saying? She was never that. And she's still not, all right? But she loved me. And she loved me no matter how I looked, no matter what I smelled like, no matter what I said, no matter what I did. And she never took her love away. And to this day, she's never taken her love away. So I know what it feels like to be loved.
Unconditional.
Unconditional for no reason. Even when I was just wrong, you know? And she was the one. People, it's never, you know, it's not, people think that it's me, but it really isn't. And I think because I'm the one who's talking, people think it's me, but it's never me. It's not. It's grace. It's grace. And it's also mercy. And I think that, because of Nana's faith, and her family is just devout in their own way and very, very accessible. But I think because of her love for me, that is why I love Black women the way that I do. I want to be for the people for whom I'm the answer to their prayer. I want to be for them who Nana has been for me. And so my life's work is really loving us through our bruises. So we have a different future that we couldn't have had if we had not been loved. So that's kind of how we got to Stanford. Nana did it.
Okay, all right. We all need a Nana, or we need to be a Nana to someone. Okay, those of us who have been in education, we know how it is when the student comes to school, when they don't have what the others have. And how, like Dr. Venus talked about it earlier, how, you know, bullying, you know, how they treat the other students. And some teachers, educators will turn away. But you had that Nana. So we all need to reach down and pull that Nana out. Is that all right?
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay, well, let me just say this. To my viewers, if you want to let us know how you like the show today, give me a call. Call Always Moving Forward at 313-657-5556, or you can email me at GWEALTHS111@gmail.com. And we also want everyone to go to Dr. Venus's website. And that website is theblackwomanmillionaire.com/tour. Because what's happening? She will be coming to a city near you. And you want to get your seat early because you want to be there on that tour. The tours have been selling out. And also you can purchase her book, The Black Woman Millionaire, from Amazon. Get the book when she comes to your city and have a millionaire sign. Somebody give me a pen because Dr. Venus got to sign my book.
You're fun.
Okay, but you got to sign it before you leave.
Yes, ma'am, I will.
But you know what? Right now, why don't we take a few questions from the audience? Are you ready? Assisting us today is our good friend, Sharon Steele. This lady was very instrumental in getting Dr. Venus to sit right here today and talk to each one of us. Because she's doing big things. She's writing a book. She has this program. Okay, so I'm going to give you none other than Sharon Steele.
Okay, we have a
question today from our studio audience from Nicole. Nicole, can you stand up for me? Her question is, what behavior or habit has made the biggest impact on your growth and success?
In terms of emotional, spiritual, financial.
Yes, but let's go with financial.
Okay, great. All right, so the biggest behavioral shift was going from me to we. I think a lot of times that we tend to do things on our own. And instead of building a team or making requests for support, we do it by ourselves, which takes longer. So you can't really scale. You can't have a 7-figure business if you're a solopreneur. You see, so if you want to have a 7-figure business, you have to have a 7-figure team. You have to have people who have your back, who are reliable, who have integrity, who keep the promises, and who has a vested interest in their excellence, not your business. Can you hear the difference?
Yes.
No one's going to do your money or your business like you will. They can't. They don't have the same passion. It's unfair to expect them to do so.
Right.
But if they have a high investment in their quality of work, they'll bring that spirit of excellence to your dreams. It's a great question, Nicole. Thank you.
Thank you, Nicole. So now we have Tanya Austin. Okay, Tanya Austin asks, I am an author, and my question is, how do you get a bestseller book?
That's a great question. Okay. I'm gonna tell you. Your name is, what is your name?
Tanya.
Tanya, it's a great question, and it's a fair one. I'm gonna answer it the wrong way first, and I'm gonna answer it the right way. Okay? Most people have a story. Okay? And what we do wrong is we write a book without an audience.
Hello.
I'm not kidding. We'll write the book. You write it down, you get it published, whether you're self-publishing or whatever, but you write it with no attention on the marketing plan. So it ends up being in your garage. And so it's almost like you have to push a product. Does that make sense, everybody? And that's exhausting. What if instead of I'm just going to tell you what to do, and then I'm going to tell you what we did to get to our bestseller. What if you built the market first? Just build the market first. Build the market first, and then make an offer. Does that make sense? Yes. And the challenge with that is a lot of times we write for ourselves. We don't write for the reader.
Preach.
Can y'all catch that? And it's, to be fair, I think we do that in business. We create products and services that we like, but we didn't do any market testing. Yes. We didn't find out, will somebody buy this? And then we think we have to do what I call promotion-based business. We don't do promotion. We have an attraction-based business. Can y'all hear the difference? I don't promote. I do not, y'all. I know it. I don't. I'm not going to do that because I know if I promote, that means I have to chase you. Can y'all see that? It's like dating. Have you ever tried to date somebody who's not that into you? And you have to keep convincing that person to be interested in you? It's exhausting. But what if you created an attraction-based model? What if you created an attraction-based business? And that's what we do with our clients. We teach them how to attract the right people who are paid them top dollar. So we don't want everybody. Does it make sense? We want people who are a match for what we have to give and who will appreciate it. We want a tribe. We don't want a client. No, we don't want a customer because customers have rights. Don't the customers have rights?
Yes.
The customer's always right? That's a right. The customer can do a refund. You don't want that. You want somebody like Harley Davidson where they tattoo your name on their chest. You want a tribe, right? So when you have a tribe, Tanya, when you offer your book, they eat it up, okay? So what we did with the Black Woman Millionaire is I told, and someone make a note of this, and we'll deep dive into this on the tour, on the Black Woman Millionaire tour, right? But what we did was I had been turned down. It's embarrassing a little bit, y'all, so y'all be nice to me. But I had a big deal agent, real big deal agent, and one of the best in the industry, was known for 6- and 7-figure book deals. So I'm thinking I'm hot stuff. I think I am all cooked. Well, my book we started to work together when Obama was in office, but they started pitching when 45 got into office. Very different climate. Does that make sense? Very different social climate. So what happened was, They pitched my book to 30 top publishing houses, and they all turned it down. Now, one, I could probably, I could deal with that. Two, okay, 3, 30. And they're not talking to each other, so that's an industry. Does it make sense? And the feedback was this: Black women will not buy a book about being a millionaire. That's what I said, okay? Because it was so far-fetched, given that we've already done 4 million in 5 years with Black women. So for them to say that kind of messed me up a bit, and so I was embarrassed because everybody knew. So I went underground for 6 months and licked my wounds because I didn't want to tell anybody, right? And so I finally started talking about it to my tribe, okay? I have at least, we can get to 150,000 people with a click, okay? That's easy for us. So I went on Facebook Live and I started to share about my embarrassment and my tribe. It wasn't me. It's never you, okay? It's always the people who love you. So my tribe said, look, we got you. You publish it and we'll make sure that it sells. We went to bestseller in 3 hours and 11 minutes.
Wow.
And Thank you very much. We did it, right? But it wasn't something I did, Tanya. It's my tribe did it. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I hope y'all hear that. If you think you can do it, you're in a fantasy. It cannot be done. It just can't. If it hadn't been for Sharon, we wouldn't be here.
Yes.
Right.
Tribe.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you have to really start to consider with, are you creating a tribe?
Yes.
And you want to create a tribe before you need them.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Tanya, is this helpful? Yes. Okay. All right. So is this useful whether you're doing a book, a product launch, a clothing line, makeup? If you take the time to cultivate the people for whom you are the answer to their prayers, they'll take care of you.
That's right.
Okay? It's a great question.
I hope you enjoy Always Moving Forward with Renee.
Moving forward.
What's up, everybody? This is your girl, Vicki Winans, and you're watching Bell Global Network.
My name is Mike Duggan, and I'm watching the Bell Global Network.
Hey, keep it locked. It's your boy D. Hattie watching the Bell Global Network. You know how it is.
Hi, I'm Charlie Langton, and you're watching the Bell Global Network.
Hi, this is Martha Reeves, and you're watching Bell Global Network.
Hi, everybody. I'm telling you, everything that happened to me that was good, God did it. I'm Evelyn Turrentine, AG, and you're watching the Bell Global Network.
This is Pastor D. Alexander Bullock of Preachers of Detroit, and you're watching the Bell Global Network.
This is Bishop Edgar Van of Second Ebenezer Church in Detroit, Michigan, and you're watching the Bell Global Network.
Hi, I'm Bernadette Stannis. You know me best as Thelma from the TV show Good Times, and you are watching Bell Global Network.
Hi, I'm Clifton Davis, and you're watching Bell Global Network.